So before we find outfits, we decided to stop at Barnes & Noble and visit the book itself. So now we're going to head to H&M and try to find outfits for Daisy Jones. Daisy Jones and the Six. Hi and welcome back to The Decked. I am Rebecca and Brian, but you can call me Beck. Today I have an episode based on the book and TV miniseries Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I think I had heard of the book, but when I saw it was going to be a miniseries too, I knew I had to jump on it. I knew it was totally going to be something I would be into, and I was not wrong. So I bought the audiobook on Audible, and I flew through that, and I just got caught up with all the episodes. As of the time of recording, episodes 1 through 6 are out. So I have binged all those, and today I am going to make outfits based on primarily the book. Being someone who is a fan of live music and who has myself written books about musicians and fandom and stuff like that, I was totally all about this scene, and plus I'm into kind of 70s fashion anyway, so this was a super good fit and super fun. I was really looking forward to doing this shopping. I took my girls with me to the mall and we popped into H&M and then Old Navy briefly. Daisy Jones is a very confident, kind of free spirit kind of person, barefoot all the time, never wearing a bra, which was, I guess, kind of the thing in those days. Often just wearing a tank top and cut off shorts. But also, she was an it girl. She was a socialite before she became a member of the band. So she would get sent stuff from different designers, namely Halston. I wanted to find kind of Halston inspired, very plunging neckline, silky, flowy, but also like shiny, party ready dresses in like the 70s Halston style. And also I was definitely going for the just super laid back tank top cutoffs. And Billy, the lead singer of the Six, always wears jeans and a denim shirt. So I definitely wanted to find jeans and a denim shirt. Before I get into the outfits, I did want to kind of touch on some of the differences between the book and the TV series. Of course, with any adaptation, there's going to be differences. I think most of the casting for the miniseries was actually really good. Daisy was perfect. Camila was perfect. Billy was perfect. Some of the choices I kind of question, because Billy's brother Graham is in the book. He's this like big, strapping, hairy, manly guy. And in the show, he's a little, maybe a skinny, kind of squirrely, nerdy guy, a little bit, leaning more towards that side, which in general I have no problem with. It just going from Graham in the book, in the audiobook, to Graham in the show was a little bit jarring. Karen was British in the show, and I cannot remember if she was British in the book, but in the audiobook she was voiced by Judy Greer, who is not British, so that was kind of an adjustment. Simone was perfect. Teddy and Rod, their kind of management producer guys, were both good. I feel like Teddy was a little harsher in the show than in the book, but I mean, the book is an interview format, as is the show, but to a lesser degree. So I think the show did a good job of fleshing out what would have happened beyond what was said in the interview portion. In general, I thought it was a pretty faithful adaptation. In the show, they do take out one of the band members. There's only 5 band members in the show, not 6. They get away with it by calling Camila their 6th member, so that makes up the 6. But they kind of combine the characters of Warren and Pete, which I kind of get it because neither of them really do much to advance the plot, so they kind of work as one character, but also they're 2 very different guys. Warren is a womanizer, and that is what he does during the tour, and Billy has a longtime girlfriend who he's very devoted to, so that's the main difference. Warren was still the drummer, and instead of Pete being the bassist, they made Eddie the bassist. Eddie also was interesting. Eddie was very, very smarmy in the audiobook, and not as much in the show. He definitely has a bit of an attitude, a huge chip on his shoulder, but he definitely comes across as more smarmy and slimy kind of in the book. Spoiler alert, I will put in the timestamp you should skip to if you don't want to hear spoilers, but if you've already read the book and seen the show or have done one and don't intend to do the other, you can keep watching. A couple things that I thought were interesting that were changed is, so Billy's married to Camila, but he's in a band with Daisy, right? Billy and Daisy do end up kissing once. That's as far as they go. They kiss. And in the book, Daisy kisses Billy, and Billy's like, I can't do this. But in the show, Billy kisses Daisy, which I thought was an interesting change. Maybe they thought Daisy would have more of a reason to be mad at Billy if he kissed her instead of the other way around. I'm not sure. The other interesting thing they did is Billy and Camila are very committed to each other, but they both make some mistakes along the way. And Camila, in the book, it's implied that she goes out with an ex-boyfriend and things may or may not have happened. In the show, it is implied that she goes out by herself, happens to meet Eddie out, and it's implied that things may or may not have happened there. So I could see them not wanting to invite a new character into the mix just for that plot line, so that made a lot of sense, I guess, to me. And plus, Eddie and Billy don't get along the whole time, so making Eddie kind of be the friction between Billy and Camila kind of made sense. I'm really excited to see how this wraps up. That is the end of my spoilers. Let's get into the shopping. We are going to start at H&M. Now I will say I did have some trouble with the sizing at H&M, which I will walk you through in the fitting room. So I didn't find as much or as like perfect items as I wanted to, just based on the sizes I found. But H&M really came through for some 70s style, for sure. So I did find some good stuff. No good accessories, unfortunately. I didn't find all the like turquoise jewelry and like armful of bangles I wanted to find. But as far as clothes, I think we found some gems. So here we go. Here we are at H&M to find some 70s fashions.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah. Dress combination. Love, 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 love. We don't have a large, so my options are medium or extra large. I feel like in this case, oversized would be better. I'm gonna go with extra large.
One of the things about Daisy is that she tends to wear tank tops without a bra. This would actually work for that. I have a bra on, but I'm gonna grab it anyway. This is so 70s Halston. Let's see if they have this one in a large. So it's cute. I really want to find bell-bottom jeans and cut-off shorts. These are exactly what I want for their maternity. I'll just tuck that right in. It's fine. Try this in a medium. I think I found some better shorts. I did not expect to find, well, I did expect to find a lot. These. As far as jewelry goes, lots of bangles and like turquoise rings. Can you even with these Disco Fabulous shoe options? So Daisy was always barefoot, but her best friend was a disco star, so that seems way appropriate. Didn't find any jeans. I'm gonna go upstairs and try to find my children. And then I'll try these on. It had been a while since I bought anything at H&M, so the sizing was kind of all over the place for what I grabbed. But I did find these cut-off shorts, which were pretty great. A little big, but they look good in this shot. And then this simple white tank, which was perfect for Daisy Jones, I thought. Okay, so here's an example of where I got the size very wrong. Depending on the store, I'm usually a large, sometimes a medium, and at H&M I was definitely a medium. This was a large and I was swimming in it, but the plunged neckline was the right idea. I loved the pattern of this one. It kind of was 70s-ish, but I pulled this one in an extra large, so it was kind of big, but it kind of also added to the caftan kind of feel to it, so I didn't mind too much that it was big. Of the dresses I grabbed, this was the best fit because it was a medium, and again with the plunging neckline and the wrap style, it did feel kind of 70s, and even with the balloon sleeves too. So I think it kind of worked for the decade and for the setting as a whole. And it was definitely the one that actually fit the best. So this one I pulled just as I was walking to the fitting room. It's kind of random, but I don't know. I think it kind of has a little bit of a 70s flair to it. There's like a zigzag pattern on it that kind of reminded me of like a Missoni kind of situation. So with the cut, I could see it being like a 70s summer in LA type of dress, I guess. All right, so now we're at Old Navy. And it's also been a while since I bought clothes other than activewear at Old Navy. So I was once again very confused by the sizing. I guess I am not a size 10 yet, at least not at Old Navy, because These were very tight flare jeans. And this is the only denim shirt I found. They had thinner versions, but not in the right size. So this is a very heavy kind of denim shirt. But the look as a whole really does work for Billy.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that kind of frenetic shopping. I was kind of on a time crunch because my girls were shopping in the kids section of H&M, which, by the way, if you're a parent and you haven't shopped the kids section of H&M, you really should. They've got some really cute stuff. So I kind of had to hurry up. At one point in the fitting room, my daughter was texting me. I'm like, I got one outfit left, just give me a minute. So anyway, life and living as a parent and a YouTuber. But I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. If you liked this video, if you found it amusing, please like this and subscribe if you want to see more of my content, and turn on those post notifications so you can be alerted right away when I post a new one. If you have any other book suggestions, definitely let me know down in the comments, or any stores you'd like me to check out and kind of walk around and try stuff on. If you're a fan of music or the 70s as a decade, for sure check out Daisy Jones and the Six. Either book, audiobook, or even the show. I think it's worth doing both, personally. So thank you so much for watching this episode of The Decked. Tune in next week for whatever topic or book I decide to deck out next. Bye!